A few days after the presidential election 1 year ago, we went to Fordham Road in the Bronx. Things were a bit different this time. Last year, the air had been electric. Posters and flags covered the storefronts, and people shouted opinions across the street as if the future itself depended on their voices. You couldn't walk 5 steps without someone handing you a flyer or asking who you voted for. There was tension, yes, but also hope. Everyone believed that something big was about to change. Now, 1 year later, Fordham Road felt quieter, heavier. The bright campaign colors had faded, peeling from walls like old memories. Street vendors were still there, shouting over the rumble of buses, but their words sounded tired. The usual music from corner shops still played, yet even the rhythm seemed slower. I walked beside my friend Javier, who carried his camera as always. He liked to capture the Bronx as it really was, no filters, no politics, just life. "Look around," he said softly, lifting his lens. "Same place, same people, but the spark's gone." We passed Mrs. Rivera's bodega, the one where we had watched the election results last year. That night, the tiny store had been packed with neighbors, strangers hugging each other, some crying, some celebrating. Now, only a few people stood in line for coffee. The TV that once played the news was off. Mrs. Rivera smiled when she saw us. "Haven't seen you boys in a while," she said. "Yeah," I replied, just checking in. "How's business?" She shrugged. "Business is business. Politics don't change the price of milk." Her words hit harder than I expected. Maybe that was the truth about the Bronx. It kept moving, no matter who sat in the White House. Outside, a man was selling hats with "America United" printed across the front. Last year, those hats had sold out in minutes. Now, a pile of them sat untouched. He looked up at us and said, half jokingly, "Guess unity went out of style." Javier took a photo of the man, then turned to me. "You think anything really changed?" I looked around. People still hurried to work, kids still laughed on their way to school, buses still groaned past. The city was alive, but not transformed. "Maybe change doesn't happen all at once," I said. "Maybe it's slower, hidden." We kept walking, passing the mural of a young girl painted after the election. Someone had spray painted over her with the words "Still Waiting." For a moment, I just stood there, staring at it. Later, as the sun dipped low, the street lights came on. Music started again, loud, defiant. A group of teenagers were dancing in the middle of the sidewalk, their sneakers squeaking against the pavement. A few older people stopped to watch, smiling faintly. And in that moment, something felt right again. Maybe the politics had disappointed people. Maybe promises had faded. But Fordham Road was still breathing, still alive, its heartbeat louder than any speech. As we left, Javier lowered his camera and said, "You know, this is what I love about this place. It doesn't wait for hope. It makes its own." And I realized he was right. No matter who wins or loses, the Bronx keeps moving, stubborn, proud, and full of rhythm.